I get by with a little help from my friends. We've Bristow is catching a push here, so he doesn't get forced to take the tow. And I did notice there was at least one 4X registered here for both cars. Walter's being the gentleman here with the offering the helping hand of the push here to Bristow. And Bristow, there's at least one 4X registered here to both cars. I can't be sure if there was more than that, but there was definitely at least one. And I have made the adjustments so that one 4X will not, for both cars, will not be registered on our records. It will still be held. It's still accounted for on our race results, but not on the results in our spreadsheets. I have adjusted that out. For our laps per incident, adjusted laps per incident, and our clean ranks, those have been adjusted, so they will work out over the season. Let me go back a lap. Whoops. Let me go forward a lap. Back a lap. Go to the right car. Back a lap. Here we go. Final lap. Lap 50. After 90 minutes, I got Marlin in front, Bristow in second, Chapeau in third. Chapeau's kept his nose clean in the popcorn position, while these two guys have been trading places all race long. We're on lap 50. They both have 24 laps. And as we're about to see here, Bristow finally hits that bingo fuel and starts to sputter, allowing Chapeau to give a push, to run a push at the win. While that push is coming and the move is being made, but there it is, the finish line. Marlin, congratulations, man. Got you the win. Christmas Day night race. We have the win. Let me go back through a couple of the incidents that we've got here. Incident number 1, moving backwards. We're on lap 34, 35. Bristow and Marlin in the battle they've been having, and oh, there it is. A little contact. Marlin takes a little scrape on the wall, and then we have an immediate gentlemanly respect. Laying off, allowing Marlin to get back in the race there. Now, Marlin did crash the wall, so I went with an additional 2 points. Damage not enough. It definitely incorporates more damage. There's more effect to him, but the race, these guys are still able to keep their race going until Bristow goes bingo fuel. So what I did was the minimum on a punt as a major penalty is 8. I went ahead and made it 10 because there was some wall damage, and then I halved it due to the immediate gentlemanly respect of giving that position back. So that is 5 points to Bristow. We are back again at Hobbs. Same kind of incident, well, a little bit different. One is on the exit, and this one is on the entrance. But same location of contact. Driver's front corner to passenger's rear corner. Typical rear cord center corner, front corner, side rear corner. You know what I'm getting at. Punt contact, and we have an immediate hard on the brakes, able to prevent it from snowballing into a worse incident by hitting the side, messing up the wheels, and snowballing that incident into more and more and more. So we have the minimum of a punt of 8 points, and also we have some gentlemanly respect there, allowing Hartley to get back into it and get going, so that the fight doesn't just jump and continue on from there. So I have the minimum of 8, and again I have halved that, so we have 4 points here. So now I'm reacting with due caution into turn 1 of a 90-minute race, as cars are looking to feel out, or are we going to go 2, 3, 1, are we going to single file it? I'm not pushing the envelope. Granted, I'm on full throttle until red car here on the right looks inside and recognizes there's a 3 wide situation and then swerves out of it. So I'm tapping my brakes and getting punted from behind. Which is it's an unfortunate lap 1, turn 1. Would like to see everybody show a little bit more caution on that first lap. We also have a situation here where a toxic environment had already been uh, inflamed here on our formation lap. But this is an escalated punt, which is a major, and it's escalated because it's a race-ending damage for me. Due to what I'm about to get into, I am going to assert this at the minimum of the major of the critical escalation. So that comes in at 15 points and a disqualification on available race and clean rank letter points for this race due to this punt. But again, only 15 points, not the maximum of 21. So here we have the inflammation of the toxic. This is this great push here at the green flag, and that's not the only thing that does that in itself. Doesn't seem like much, but what we have is from here after my my race announcement, my grid announcement, we have a verbal threat over all teams channel by this individual on the car who's about to get punted, which I immediately said that's what I was warning you about in the qualification lap. It's a verbal, that constitutes a verbal threat. It's completely intolerable and not allowed. So he laughs, jokes it off, and then announces here comes a great push, and then affects his great push at the drop of the green flag, slamming Shane, and what I call creates this toxic environment is going on. Now later on, our fourth critical to the individual comes at the end of lap 1, but again on all teams chat, trying to stroke the flames by talking about how he's playing ignorant to not understanding why it went the way it did. There's no reason to get a 4X. It doesn't happen in NASCAR. I've already had a history with the individual. We've had conversations, way more than I would enjoy to have a history of. But he's not that stupid. It's a griefing tactic, and it's one that I will not stand for. But fortunately, we have rules driving standards, so I don't just have to drop the ban hammer on a tyrannical rule. He's got 4 criticals within the course of 1 lap, which I'm going to judge all of them at the maximum of 21 points, which puts us well beyond 9 strikes. Actually puts us at shit, it's too dark in here, I can't read my notes. Well beyond, because if it had been 3 it would have been enough, but it's 4, so it's an additional. We're talking like 12, probably 13 strikes, because there's a handful of reckless solo spins, which are a point here and there too. And then even here he goes off track and he's sharing that information with everybody over all teams. Just completely, utterly against all of the known documented materials and emails and links on what we do here. So we have a ban. At 21, we're well beyond 9 strikes, which is is an Attrition Sim Race Campus suspension. The administration privilege that I'm going to take on this is moving it to a direct lifetime ban. What I'm only going to do to offer up anything just to prevent that, to give myself pause and that, am I wielding the tyrannical ban hammer or whatnot, is anybody who is here for this race wishes to stand up in his defense if I'm being too strong, can share with me privately or on our Facebook groups or Discord groups, and share some outreach there in his defense. I'm not going to entertain an appeal from him, though. I don't think that's necessary. But I will entertain an appeal from anybody who witnessed it that thinks I'm being out of place in this ban. So here's the what I like to call the talk of this race we had Christmas Day night. Props are out to Mr. Bolden here for zero incidents, almost 50 laps. This one stop shy of 50 laps. Just minor fuel miscalculation, having to come in there for that extra pit. And we have but we have zero incidents over 90 minutes racing. That's mega improvement, Mr. Bolden. Your hard work is paying off. I'm looking forward to more races with you, and watching and cheering on your improvement. And there goes our race, our top 3 there running by for their final lap. So close to being on that lead lap, man. Next time, get them next time. Last thing I want to point out to this race is nothing. I can't think of it. Can't find it in my notes. I'm just going to move on to quick notes. Next week, it's New Year's. Football, beer, friends and family, hot wings, titty dancers, whatnot. Race participation probably going to be at a low, but like this Christmas Day event, easy to unwrap points if you can show up, because the server will be running one way or another. And that's it. Stay up.